There you go. That's for you.
What?
All I get is a what?
Wewe ni mnoma, wewe ni fire.
Kwa hivyo Jabali hawezi.
Asante sana. Asante. Nimeshukuru. Trust.
It seems so far your plan is working.
What plan?
Those drugs in those boxes are not licensed.
How risky is it?
What is she grilling you about?
Ni nani?
Wacha nikuje.
Jemedari wants to come here. We discuss his medical report.
Daktari, nipe tu dakika moja tu. Nitie mke wangu.
Wiki hii kwenye Mkulima tunaangazia ufugaji wa ng'ombe wa maziwa.
Ng'ombe ni kama mwanadamu. Utamuona ukija kuwaona wanatabasamu, ama ukija unaona wanakuja wanataka kukusalimu, ama unaona sura yao. Ukiona sura imekunjana, unaona amedhoofika ama hana furaha, utajua huyu ng'ombe ni mgonjwa. Ni rahisi sana kugundua ng'ombe mgonjwa na yule si mgonjwa, kwa sababu wana mingi wao utabasamu. Hata wakilala unaona wana chew card, ile wazungu wanasema wana chew card. Unaona anachangamka.
Kisha matumizi ya biogas.
Tazama Mkulima kila Jumamosi saa 10:30 hapa KBC Channel 1
kwa uhondo kamili.
My name is Caroline Regina Modoni.
My name is James Njuguna Njiri.
We meet in church. We are both Catholics. So tukiwa youth, alikuwa organizing secretary kwa youth group yao. I was the secretary in my youth group. After baby shower yangu, he came with his then girlfriend. We were very good friends. So this one time, akakuja kwa shop yangu tukipiga story, akaniambia, unajua ndaja kuja kukuoa.
Nice actually. Songe na.
Unaanguka nayo.
The thing is, I had a list. 10 things I had written of my ideal man. And I'd always pray over that list. So the funny thing is, only one thing
qualified.
So walking down the aisle, I was like, okay, God, you've done me well. Yani umeamua uniandalie meza.
The evening before the wedding, our daughter got sick.
The night before.
The night before the wedding.
Niliambiwa you are now husband and wife, say goodbye to your family. Bye. You are waiting.
All right, and a very good evening to you. Many thanks indeed for joining us on this, the last day of October. It's the 31st of October. We have a comprehensive coverage of the news that's been shipping up on this day. We call this the Easy Friday. We have the latest on the lecturer strike, looking at the political scene. The latest in business, I'll be taking you through that, and then Bernardo Komu will be bringing you the latest in sports. So let's get right into Easy Friday today. We look at the lecturer strike, and Cabinet Secretary for Education, Julius Migos Ogamba, is pleading with the University Lecturers Union to accept the payment of the 7.9 billion arrears into tranches set to be completed in 2027. CS Ogamba attributed the delay in clearing the arrears to its historical nature and hence the failure to factor it in the budget. And as the Kamcha Menza reports, the standoff may persist even as the unions accuse the government of dishonesty and vowed to abandon the strike only if the 7.9 billion shillings is promptly paid at once.
This Friday was the 46th day of the lecturers' strike and counting. With no end in sight, as a compromise seems to elude parties in this dispute. As of Friday, a recent meeting between the unions and the government failed to end the stalemate on the 7.9 billion shillings arrears.
The government was able to offer whatever they offered to pay in 2 tranches, climbing down from the initial 3 phases. And the verdict on this particular item of the 7.9 billion shillings was a resounding no. This money must be paid at once.
Learning in all public universities has since been paralyzed as the lecturers maintain they will resume work only if the payment is done once and not in phases.
The government has been signing agreements with us and they renege. So lecturers have said they are ready to go the long haul. And once we are done with the 2 issues, they are ready to resume duty.
You have been owed this date for the last 8 years. And now you want to engage these members in paying their debt in another set of 2 years, taking us all the way to 2028. We must be paid the entire amount in one phase and immediately.
However, the Minister of Education has pleaded with the lecturers to accept the offer of payment in 2 tranches.
An historical debt of 2017-2021, it is not therefore possible for it to have been budgeted for. Once it is agreed of the payment method, then we would look for that money in the supplementary of this financial year 25-26, so that the second batch is factored in the budget for financial year 26-27, which is in July next year.
Nevertheless, the 2025-2029 collective bargaining agreement is also listed in their demands.
Must be negotiated, signed, registered, and implemented in total. We are 4 months in arrears. Those arrears must also be settled before lecturers can contemplate to go back to work.
The CBA for 25-29 is being negotiated. So there's no promissory note there because we've not agreed on what the amount should be. Once that is done, then we'll agree on how to settle it. So it is not true that the government has made a promissory note which they've not met so far as we speak today. And we've shown goodwill by virtue of the fact that we've paid those arrears consistently.
We are open to talks with those conditions. You pay 7.9 billion at once.
This standoff does not augur well for learners who continue to suffer for days on end. Kamcha Menza for Easy Friday.
Thank you, Kamcha Menza, for that report. Let's look at what the presidents have been up to. Now, President William Ruto has once again called on Kenyans to shun politics of tribalism and division, saying the country's transformation will only be realized through unity and development. Speaking in Busia County during the Western Kenya Development Tour, the head of state said the broad-based government he formed with the late former Prime Minister Raila Odinga is meant to unite all Kenyans. The president also launched and inspected several key projects in Busia, including affordable housing, new markets, and student hostels.
Badilisha Kenya.
President William Ruto took his message of unity and development to Busia County on the second day of his 4-day tour of the Western region.
Njia ya kubadilisha Kenya, sio kwa maneno, sio kwa ukabila, sio kwa chuki, ni kwa miradi na mipango ya maendeleo kama haya. This is how we are going to change Kenya.
President Ruto urged leaders and citizens alike to shun divisive politics and embrace unity under the broad-based government.
Ndio muliona Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga alikubaliana na mimi. Tuliketi chini, tukasema tunataka kuunganisha taifa letu la Kenya. Jamii zote, kutoka kaunti zote, kutoka dini zote, tuwe wamoja kwa sababu umoja ni nguvu.
The president said his administration's performance speaks for itself, citing major development strides made in just 2 years.
Hii ni kazi ya miaka miwili peke yake. Si ndio? Hii ni miaka miwili peke yake. Mimi nataka niwaulize, kama safari ni hii, miaka 10 dunia hii itakuwa namna gani? Sitakuwa imebadilika.
In Busia County, he launched and inspected a series of projects including affordable housing units, modern markets and student hostels. He also laid a foundation stone for a 340-bed hostel at Bumbe National Polytechnic, inspected progress at Alupe University and Kamuinot Teachers Training College, and announced plans for a 900 million shillings Busia Stadium. Leaders accompanying him, among them Prime CS Musalia Mudavadi, Speaker Moses Wetangula, Cooperatives, Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises CS Wycliffe Oparanya, and Busia Governor Paul Otoma pledged to continue working with the government.
Mtasimama imara na Mheshimiwa Ruto. Asante sana, sisi ni broad based.
Lake mpaka kule Turkana. Tushikane, tulinde mpaka wetu na jirani, tuunge rais wetu mkono, tuweze kuleta amani katika nchi yetu na maendeleo ifikie kila mtu.
Rais ameona mbele, kuona ya kwamba nchi kuendelea mbele paka uanze na hatua moja, na hii ni hatua moja ya kuendelesha Kenya yetu kuwa nchi ambayo inaendelea mbele.
Doreen Arange for Easy Friday.
Right now, the Orange Democratic Movement candidates in the upcoming by-elections will enjoy full backing of the United Democratic Alliance as the UDA, courtesy of the broad-based arrangement between ODM and UDA parties. The Orange Party will also reciprocate by backing UDA candidates as announced during an economic empowerment drive in Kasipul, Homa Bay County, spearheaded by Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki.
Deputy President Professor Kithure Kindiki and a section of the ODM membership have expressed confidence that their working relationship is not likely to wither anytime soon.
Ule mkataba ambao uliwekwa baina ya Rais William Ruto na Mheshimiwa Raila Odinga kushikanisha UDA na mambo ya kushikanisha UDA kwa broad base pamoja na ODM, sasa tuko timu moja.
Na wale ambao wanafikiria kwa sababu baba hayuko ati tutayumba hata tutasambaratika kama chama, nataka kuwaambia tutasimama imara, tutachunga legacy ya baba.
Chama ya ODM itajipanga. Hakuna siku ya chama ya ODM itarudi kwa opposition.
On Friday, while leading an economic empowerment drive in Kasipul, Homa Bay County, Professor Kindiki, in the company of the ODM party stalwarts, revealed that the two political outfits will back respective candidates in the next month's by-elections.
Kasipul, candidate wa broad base ni mmoja na anatolewa na chama cha ODM kwa heshima ya baba. Na ile sehemu nyingine ambayo kuna by-election ya Malava, candidate wa UDA ndiye atakuwa candidate wa broad-based government.
ODM has sponsored candidates to fill the MP seats in Kasipul, Ugunja and Magarini constituencies, while the UDA party has sponsored candidates in Malava, Banisa, Bere North constituencies, as well as the Baringo senatorial position.
Na tutaenda kuwashika mkono tukiwa pamoja.
During the event, Interior Principal Secretary Raymond Molo, along with the attending MPs, cautioned the locals against attempts by opposition-aligned politicians to drag the region away from the government, assuring them that the government was keen to revive stalled roadworks, among other pipeline development projects.
Tuko na kiongozi wetu Mheshimiwa Rais William Ruto, na kuna mambo mengi amefanya hapa Homa Bay. Kuna mambo ya barabara, kuna mambo ya sitima umezungumzia, zaidi ya bilioni 2 saizi ametoa ili familia zaidi ya 26,000 wapate stima.
Reporting for Easy Friday from Homa Bay County, I am Wycliffe Okech.
All right, now county governments may soon be compelled to support farmers through paying minimum guaranteed returns for products facing unfavorable markets. The Agriculture Produce Minimum Guaranteed Returns Bill, currently before the Senate, seeks to cushion the agriculture sector by integrating a guaranteed minimum payment for the products in the county budget planning cycle.
For a long time, farmers have carried out their agricultural activities without assurance of favorable markets for their products, despite the agriculture sector being labeled the backbone of the nation's economy. To address this gap, nominated Senator Veronica Maina has sponsored the Agriculture Produce Minimum Guaranteed Returns Bill that seeks to integrate minimum guarantee payment in annual county budgets.
The purpose of this bill is to ensure that farmers can be assured of income when they engage in agricultural activity. So there is improved income stability for farmers by providing a guaranteed return that cushions them against market fluctuations.
The bill, currently before the Senate, seeks to establish county minimum guarantee committee in each of the 47 counties that will prepare and publish a schedule of dominant crops and livestock produce eligible for minimum guaranteed returns. The committee, which will be led by the county's executive committee member for agriculture, will also determine and recommend the average market price for a product and comprehensive cost of production. The bill proposes the minimum guarantee returns be an amount equivalent to 20% of the difference between the average market price of the product and the comprehensive cost of production, payable directly to the accounts of the farmers.
If I take a facility today to engage in livestock farming or daily keeping, it means that I am assured that my liter of milk is 50 today or 60 shillings today. Next year it will be 60 shillings. So even long-term planning, you can do long-term planning.
According to the bill sponsor, counties receive funds for agriculture function, but there are no legal framework on how the funds should benefit the farmers.
And if you look at the budgets, the annual budgets, you can see there are resources that are being sent to the counties, which are supposed to be supporting agriculture. However, there is no uniform way in which these resources are supposed to benefit the farmers.
If adopted by the Senate, the bill will be sent to the National Assembly for consideration. Yeshuk Washira, Easy Friday.
All right, now 64 children below the age of 5 years with hearing impairment are set to have their hearing restored. This follows the donation of cochlear implants by Her Royal Highness Princess Lala Asma of Morocco. The surgical procedures will kick off on Monday at the Kenyatta National Hospital and Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital.
The First Lady, Rachel Ruto, under the Voice of the Children program in her office, handed over hearing implants to the Ministry of Health at State House. 64 children with hearing impairment across the country are said to have their hearing senses restored, courtesy of the donation of cochlear implants, a surgically implanted electronic device by Moroccan Princess Lala Asma.
For the children and families who will benefit, it means hearing, laughter, music, and the voices of loved ones, some for the very first time.
The procedures will kick off on Monday at Kenyatta National Hospital and Moi Teaching and Referral Hospital.
National and Teaching Referral Hospital at KNH, that one will this week, coming Monday, will operate 54 of our children, giving them these great implants. Similarly, MTRH will also be doing the same with 10 other children.
Principal Secretary for Medical Services, Dr. Ouma Oluga, said the surgeries will be fully covered by Social Health Authority.
In the benefit package, we have the benefits that the Social Health Authority pays for. Each of these procedures will be reimbursed at 358,000 Kenya shillings.
Sometimes, as a parent, you do not know that your child is not able to hear. So even as we start this project that we are so grateful about, in conjunction with the Ministry of Health and the government of Kenya, we will need to go back to the drawing board to start screening this child.
Parents and caregivers have been asked to have their babies screened for hearing impairment right after birth to enhance early diagnosis and treatment. Kasichana Masha, Easy Friday.
Right then, and you're watching a comprehensive coverage of the news that's shaping up today on this, the 31st day of October 2025. Many thanks indeed for choosing us. We have more news coming up. We look at what's happening in the corridors of justice, looking at news from the counties, later business and sports. Continue watching. You're back in a moment.
Tunaangazia ufugaji wa ng'ombe wa maziwa.
Ng'ombe ni kama mwanadamu. Utamuona ukija kuwaona wanatabasamu, ama ukija unaona wanakuja wanataka kukusalimu, ama unaona sura yao. Ukiona sura imekunjana, unaona amedhoofika ama hana furaha, utajua huyu ng'ombe ni mgonjwa. Ni rahisi sana kugundua ng'ombe mgonjwa na yule si mgonjwa, kwa sababu mara mingi wao utabasamu. Hata wakilala unaona wana chew card, ile wazungu wanasema wana chew card. Unaona anachangamka.
Kisha matumizi ya biogas.
Tazama Mkulima kila Jumamosi saa 10:30 hapa KBC Channel 1.
Kwa uhondo kamili.
Ile naye pia hiyo, kwa hiyo shida ya mtoto vile yako, jua pia hata yeye anampitia. Sababu ukiona mtoto anaweza kaa mbali na wengine. Na yeye akikaa kwa boma anaangalia mtoto anakaa peke yake, anacheza peke yake, wengine akikuja hapa anaamuka ama anainama. So ana amani. Zale malaria inampata, kama zale anasikia mwili ni joto, anamjulia kwa upande ya macho, na hiyo kitu kuvuma sana, inaanza kufura, ni uchungu kwake. Hata mtoto mdogo ambaye ako na miaka 1, hata hiyo miaka 2 hapo, akimguza tu hivi analia. Kuna wakati yeye msichana alilia sana akaumia, mpaka msichana akasema, akataja kitu ambayo Mungu unichukue, tafadhali unichukue nikuve.
President, Dr. Chiang got shot. Huh? Never asked anyone to cut corners, and I never will.
Wipe his face! They're here!
Defibrillator, 200. Clear!
Welcome back to Easy Friday. Caroline Njoroge is our sign language interpreter. Let's carry on with the news shaping up. And ICT and Digital Economy Cabinet Secretary has this afternoon presided over the launch of KBC's Nosim FM transmitter in Kipeto, Olelesho Hills in Kajiado County. Now this marks the return of Nosim FM airwaves in Kajiado after 10 years. The CS said the move is a key step in information sharing among the Maasai community. He was accompanied by KBC board chairperson Tom Mahindi and Managing Director Agnes Kaleche, among others.
Oleleshwa Hills, Kajiado County. Residents are in song and dance, celebrating the return of Nosim FM airwaves after going silent for over a decade. ICT Cabinet Secretary William Kago saying the switching on of the transmitter is about restoring connection, culture and communication amongst communities around and beyond.
Kitu tumekuja kuzindua leo, mimi mwenyewe nimekuja kuhakikisha ni kweli itafanya kazi. Na niambie huyu mama MD wa KBC, hiyo kitu isije ikazimika tena.
Kabogo adding that NOSIM Radio will enable communities to make informed decisions on land use and livelihoods.
Na hii sio hapa kwenu peke yake. Ni haki Kenya, kila pembe ya Kenya, kila kona wapate kupata kitu kama hii ili ujumbe uenee Kenya mzima.
KBC Board Chairperson Tom Shindi and Managing Director Agnes Kaleche say the corporation is committed to strengthening signals of all its community stations across the country.
Wajua KBC ni taifa ama ni corporation ambayo nia yake na jukumu lake ni kuwezesha watu wote nchi hii kupata habari ama kuwa na zile platform ambazo wanaweza kutumia kujumuika, kujielimisha, vile Agnes alisema, na kuongea mambo ambayo ni ya kitaifa.
We are celebrating a journey, a partnership, and a shared vision to connect communities through the power of radio. NOSIM FM has come a very long way. What became as an idea, people of Kajiado a voice to tell their own stories, share their culture, and discuss issues that matter to them.
Kwa hii sekta tunasema radio bado ni king, na especially kwa audiences za huku mashinani.
Kajiado Deputy Governor Martin Moshisho saying the Kajiado County Government is ready to partner with KBC to air programs beneficial to the community.
For many in our rural and urban communities, this station is a trusted friend. It speaks our language, shares our culture, and tells our stories in a way that no one else can.
NOSIM kwa kusema ukweli tumemiss. Kuna wakati ambaye hatukuwa tunapata vizuri hewani, lakini siku hizi walipokuja kuweka hiyo channel 105 tumefurahi.
It's been a while, NOSIM imekuwa imezimwa, but for now we are happy you are back. NOSIM FM, tumeshukuru sana.
Tumeshukuru sana, tumeona NOSIM imerudi. Tumemiss sana sana mambo yote ya asubuhi, nyimbo na kila kitu, cultural events zetu, tunashukuru.
Napenda sana NOSIM, tunasikia usiku na mchana, kwa hivyo tunapenda sana. Tunasikiliza kila kitu, mtangazaji, mpaka kila kitu, tunataka kusikia maneno mbalimbali, tunasikia naye.
The NOSIM FM transmitter was launched in partnership with BBC Media Action. Give us in mind, Easy Friday.
All right, great news there for the residents of Kajiado following the return of NOSIM FM, that launch for that NOSIM FM transmitter, presided over by ICT Cabinet Secretary William Kabogo, accompanied by KBC Board Chairperson Tom Shindi, Managing Director Agnes Kaleche, among others. Now let's continue with the coverage of the news today. Now the Nyahururu Rumuruti Road remained barricaded for the better part of the day as angry residents of Jabi Township took to the streets demanding justice for a middle-aged woman who was brutally murdered under unclear circumstances. Now, 23-year-old Susan Nyambura, aka Maggie, went missing on October 19 this year, only for her body to be discovered later on in a maize plantation. This prompted the unrest. Now, the irate residents who are decrying a rise in insecurity in the area are, in the meantime, blaming the authorities for what they are calling laxity in pursuing that particular matter.
The murder of 23-year-old Susan Nyambura, popularly known as Maggie, has sparked protests at the Nyahururu Rumuruti Road. Irate locals took to the street and lit bonfires in calls for justice.
Maggie ni yatima. Maggie ana wazazi. Ni kama yatima kama mimi.
Na Magi ujihasulia vibarua zake huku. Magi kupotea ati sandi ingine ya 20 something tunaambiwa Magi yako kwa mahindi. Gai hoye. Alafu na polisi unaenda huko. Magi yako 23 years. Sasa hizi tuko hapa tukia demand justice ya Magi. Juu mimi sijui kama kesho mimi nitakufa.
Kenya inaniuma tu ni kifo ya Magi. Juu alikuwa wa karibu sana. Na alikuwa msichana ana mambo mingi. Alikuwa tu msichana wa mambo, alikuwa na maneno.
Nyambura went missing on October 19th with her body being discovered later in a maize plantation. With preliminary investigations pointing to sexual assault before she met her unfortunate demise, the community is accusing the local security agencies of laxity in action, with several unresolved murders being reported in the area.
Huku Jefi wanaume wameuawa, wanawake wanalepiwa, wanaume wanafanyiwa sodomization na hakuna haki huwa inatendeka. Tukienda kwa polisi hawafuatilii mambo. Tunaambiwa watu inafuatiliwa, hatujaisikia kuna mtu ameshikwa kwa sababu ya hizo mambo.
Nasema justice kwa Magi, na tunasema kama justice kwa Magi haitapatikana, tutafanya maandamano kutoka leo mpaka ile siku justice itapatikana. Tunataka serikali ifanye kazi, ishike huyo mkora.
Wanaume wengine kama 2 ama 3 wameuliwa hii Jefi. Hakuna kitu imechukuliwa. Tunashikiwa mambo yenye haina maana, lakini yenye iko na maana atushikwi.
People have already recorded statements with the police as investigations continue. Separately, a recklessly driven police vehicle collided with a motorbike operator who died on the spot at the Kosoyo junction along Kabarnet-Marigat Road, leading to unrest among the locals. The locals have been raising concerns over recklessly driven government vehicles in the area, calling on the relevant authorities to intervene and prevent further carnage.
Serikali ifuatilie hii maneno kwa undani ili haki itendeke. Yule ambaye alihusika kwa mambo haya aweze kuchukuliwa hatua ile inafaa, sababu hii ni mambo ambayo maisha hawezi rudi vile ilikuwa.
Kijana hajafanya chochote, kijana alikuwa hasila na kijana ako na watoto yake. Sasa sina siangaa kama viongozi hii kijana watoto yake kijana taishi namna gani, na tunataka haki katika serikali yetu.
Hatua itachukuliwa kwa sababu hii gari ilikuwa inatoka upande wa Marigat ikielekea town hapa, na kijana naye alikuwa anaenda shughuli zake kutoka town kuelekea upande wa Tengesi. It's quite unfortunate. Tunajua hakuna pole ambaye inaweza rudisha uhai wa huyo kijana.
Yusufar reporting for Easy Friday.
Right now, a Nairobi court has detained a United States national wanted for murder in Minnesota pending extradition proceedings. The suspect is accused of causing the death of a woman through a drug-related incident back in 2022. Our reporter has more details on that.
Milimani Chief Magistrate Lucas Onyina ordered that Hudayf Mohamed Mire, a U.S. national, be detained for 21 days pending extradition proceedings. Mire is wanted in the state of Minnesota over the third-degree murder of Samantha Myers, who died on April 16, 2022, after allegedly consuming drugs laced with deadly fentanyl sold to her by the suspect. The court heard that Mire was arrested on October 29, 2025, in Ongatarongai, Kajiado County, and booked at Gigiri Police Station. The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution told the court that Mire fled Minnesota to evade arrest and prosecution, and that his offense qualifies as an extraditable crime under the Kenyan law.
Your Honor, it's our submission. The respondent is a flight risk. He may interfere with ongoing investigations. And Your Honor, he may abscond if not detained by this honorable court.
The court granted the DPP's request to detain him pending extradition proceedings. The matter will be mentioned on November 21st, 2025 for further directions. Meanwhile, the Meru High Court has dismissed a constitutional petition to stop the establishment of 5 administrative units in the neighboring Tharaka Nithi County. 5 Meru residents had sought to stop the establishment of the 5 administrative units. In a judgment delivered on Friday, Justice Heston Nyaga found no fault in the establishment of the administrative and their subsequent gazettement.
Number one, there is no dispute whatsoever between Meru County and Tharaka Nithi County.
Tharaka constituency, because those were the allegations that there exists disputes in boundaries. Today, that has been cleared, and we do not want to hear of it anymore.
For Easy Friday, I'm Letua Deborah.
All right, now, Director of Public Prosecutions Officer Renson Ligonga has called on Kenyans to embrace dialogue and alternative dispute resolution mechanisms instead of rushing to courts for every disagreement. This and more stories in our County News Roundup.
Speaking during a public sensitization forum in Kakamega County, Ligonga said that resolving conflicts amicably helps preserve friendships and reduces the growing backlog of court cases.
Tujitokeze, tuende tuhakikishe taarifa, because hiyo ndio kitu ya maana, na ikifika wakati wa kwenda kotini kutoa ushahidi, pia enda usiandikishe taarifa wakati wa kotini hautaki kwenda, ama unaona kitu hutaki kwenda. Kuna watu wengine wanafikiria kwamba kama mtu amekosewa na amelalamika, ukienda kutoa ushahidi unasaidia yeye.
Elsewhere, Jubilee Party Deputy Leader Fred Matiang'i has vowed to work hand in hand with the young generation during the forthcoming general elections.
Nimesimama hapa na huyu kwa sababu amezungumza maneno mazuri sana kwamba sisi pamoja na Gen Z wetu ambao tunafanya kazi nao. Na mimi hawa ndio nataka kufanya kazi nao. Kuanzia huyu kiongozi wenu. Ninawashukuru sana kwa yale ambayo nimeona hapa leo. Mr. Kimani, thank you very much. Kwa sababu it's very important we lead by example.
In Nairobi, a couple who had earlier accused Kiambu Level 5 Hospital of swapping their newborn has now retracted their claim, admitting that a mix-up in hospital records led to the confusion.
Mtoto wangu alikuwa amezaliwa kiume, alafu mama yake akaangalia mtoto na akaona ni kijana, alafu kwenda kumbadilisha diaper anapata ni wa kike. Sasa tunazidwa nini, na mpaka hizo file za huku hospitalini zinasema mtoto ni male, lakini kwenda kwa mtoto saa hii mtoto ni wa kike. Mimi nataka justice, mpaka hii tag yao huwa wanapatia mtoto inasoma gender ni male, na waliniambia hii ya blue huwa inawekwa mtoto wa kiume. Sasa nataka kujua ukweli yangu uko wapi, mtoto wangu wako wapi.
Meanwhile, Mombasa-based human rights activists have strongly condemned the arrest of Kenyan journalist Juma Shoke by Tanzanian authorities at the Horohoro border on Friday morning.
Letu la kufika maeneo haya ni kuangalia situation ndani ya Kenya, na lengo letu ilikuwa pia ni kuaddress masuala ya haki za kibinadamu namna zinavyokiukwa kwa nchi jirani ya Tanzania.
In Kwale County, it is a relief for 500 community health workers after receiving bicycles from the AMREF and World Bicycle Relief Organizations, which are expected to ease the work of these community health workers.
Na hii baisikeli itumike vizuri. Usije ukatumia kwenda ama unapea rafiki yako anaenda kufanyia na baisikeli mambo mabaya. Anaenda anagonga watu huko nje. Na wewe pia ujichunge. Aswasa hii yenye tunaelekea msimu wa Krismasi.
Meanwhile, the government has once again banned the importation of milk powder from neighboring countries in a bid to protect the local dairy industry from unfavorable market prices.
Kenya aims to become the largest dairy producer in the African continent. I don't know whether you know this, but in terms of per capita consumption of milk, the per capita consumption of Kenya is about 102 liters, which is almost double any other African country. So Kenya consumes a lot of milk, and we hope that in future we will also produce the largest amount of milk.
Finally, Kenya has been ranked as one of the countries in Africa that face an acute shortage of cybersecurity risk professionals, thus exposing entities to increased cases of cyber attacks.
Artificial intelligence has actually enabled many organizations improve their protections, their defenses against what we call bad actors or threat actors out there. But also the same artificial intelligence is being used by these threat actors and these bad actors actually to attack and to infiltrate our organization.
In press conferences.
Tayari ng'ombe ashavujika mguu, na ilivyo kawaida ng'ombe akivujikia mguu malishoni sharti arudi zizini apate matibabu.
Sasa aliyekuambia mwambie azungumze ni nani? Inamaanisha kuwa yajua nini? Tulia kidogo.
Kwa nini hukuniletea?
Hukuniuliza?
Kazi yako ni nini hapa?
Unabai, unapika, unashiba. Lea Premium.
Lea Premium Flour, nurturing the world. Available in a store near you.
My name is Caroline Regina Modoni.
My name is James Joguna Njiri.
We meet in church. We are both Catholics. So tukiwa youth, alikuwa organizing secretary kwa youth group yao. I was the secretary in my youth group. After baby shower yangu, he came with his then girlfriend. We were very good friends. So this one time akakuja kwa shop yangu tukipiga story, akaniambia unajua ndaje kuja kukuoa.
Yeah, nice actually. Song ya nani?
Unaanguka nayo. The thing is, I had a list. 10 things I had written of my ideal man, and I'd always pray over that list. So the funny thing is, only one thing
qualified.
So walking down the aisle, I was like, okay, God, you've done me well. Yani umeamua uniandalie meza.
The evening before the wedding, our daughter got sick.
The night before.
The night before the wedding.
Hey, niliambiwa you are now husband and wife, say goodbye to your family. Bye. You are waiting.
All right, welcome back to Easy Friday. We'll be looking at business news in not too long, but before then, let's look at what's happening in the Dadaab refugee complex in Garissa County, where it's home to thousands of youth all trying to find their footing in a foreign land they call home. Our reporter, Eden Ibrahim, shares the story of 3 young men creating their space in the media industry in the true spirit of the proverbial saying that when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
Hagadera camp within the Dadaab refugee complex in Garissa County is home to Mohammed Kalfur, also known as DJ Mikal. The 25-year-old runs a multi-purpose media production studio. Mohammed admits that a training funded by the Filmade Kenya in 2024 gave him a leg up, so to speak.
Before I joined that class, I was not a professional cameraman, but now my work is professional.
He is the go-to person for audiovisual productions, photo shoots, events, decor, and disc jockey services.
In the refugee camps, I was only the person that brought this idea of decorations. After like 6 months, I have seen some people come like from that idea. Also, there is another, this is like sound equipment. There's no belief that there's no studio that was hiring like big speakers. So after some days, I have bought speakers.
Through his self-employment journey, Mohammed has also created opportunities for others.
Just employed like 6 persons. Even I have another group from Degale. I do outdoor in Degale. When somebody call me, they want a wedding to record for them, I just go there. There's a group for me, like 4 people there.
Khalif Mohammed is another graduate of the Film Aid Media and Entrepreneurship Training Program.
What I request Film Aid Kenya and an international committee is to look, to give a specific consideration when it comes for youth who are living in the Dadaab refugee, be either for, increasing more training opportunities like what Film Aid Kenya are doing, and also giving like more spots in university when it comes for pertaining into, film industry, journalism.
Based in Hagadera, the 26-year-old Khalif is also multi-skilled.
I work hand to hand with the other trainer, guiding the students when it comes for film scripting, when it comes for translation, specifically Somali language, and then also for sovereign subtitling. And in addition to that, I also, work with them closely during the production time.
Having embraced the digital space, Khalif says he gets a lot of online jobs.
The skills I'm currently working with the clients globally, I've learned through Film Aid training program.
And in Dadaab town, Hassan Nuno Hilole is in studio. The 25-year-old has always wanted to be a journalist.
When I was in primary, I started doing something about journalism. I was the head of the journalism club in high school and also in primary. So I always wanted to be a journalist.
That dream is now a reality. Other than being on radio, Hassan explores other media opportunities around him. Mohammed, Khalif and Hassan are among many youth charting a path in the media industry despite the odds stacked against them.
I did so many stories indeed that shaped the lives of the refugees. I did so many stories like the water shortage, and thanks to God that my stories changed the lives of thousands of refugees.
I handle translation tasks, interpretation, video editing, transcription, and as well voice-overing.
Someone who have learned Film Aid and got the skills, the training, everything, can do anything he wants.
They embody the spirit of self and community empowerment as they inform, engage, and inspire.
Welcome to Business News. Now, the State Department of Agriculture is pushing for the employment of smart agriculture professionals to boost livestock productivity. Now, addressing beneficiaries of the German African Trainee Program, Agriculture Principal Secretary Kiprono Rono said capacity building across the agricultural value chain is a key driver for food security.
Agriculture sector accounted for over 30% of total employment in Kenya. In 2023, where only 18% were youth.
The numbers we have in Bukura, the numbers we have in Kenya School of Agriculture, the numbers we have in TFETs, I'm telling you, those are not enough.
To correct this, the government is undertaking collaborative programs to equip trainees with practical skills in precision feeding, animal welfare, farm efficiency and digital management systems targeting the agri-value chain.
And now our exposure to machines in Kenya, considering maybe our curriculum and what we are being taught here, and what they are being taught there, it's somehow there is a gap.
We experienced diversified technologies in terms of machines and equipment, whereby Germany is so equipped when it comes to machines, ranging from primary cultivation machines to secondary and production and processing machines, which was a greater opportunity for us in terms of agriculture.
42 students from Bukura Agricultural College have completed a 6-month internship in Germany, focusing on dairy and pig farming under the 5th cohort of the German African Trainee Program.
We are so grateful for this particular opportunity to come and be in this particular program.
and in this particular activity, this particular time, and we look forward to even more greater partnership.
PS Rono says Kenya aims to create a pool of young agri-professionals to drive innovation and improve productivity in the livestock subsector.
Like for Bukura who went out last time for internship in Germany, when they came back, they were also taken back to UK. It means our youth are so skilled even to handle international jobs. So as Kenyans, why are we doubting on our youth if they are always faithful and taken for international job on agriculture?
Regina Manyara reporting for KBC Channel 1.
All right, now, Kenya's growing digital economy is facing a major talent crisis, with industry leaders warning that a severe shortage of cybersecurity professionals is putting businesses and public institutions at greater risk of cyber attacks. The Information Systems Audit and Control Association Vice President George Kisaka is warning that limited number of cybersecurity professionals could undermine investor confidence and threaten the gains made in digital innovation.
The alarm was raised during the annual Governance, Risk and Compliance GRC conference in Naivasha, organized by the Information Systems Audit and Control Association ISACA, where stakeholders noted that cyber threats are evolving faster than the country's internal defense capabilities. The Information Systems Audit and Control Association Vice President George Kisaka said a recent continental survey had revealed a massive deficit of cybersecurity experts, exposing Kenya and Africa to increased vulnerability.
There are lots of tools that we can, or applications where we can use it, whether it's in compliance, whether it's in research. So I think it's got a lot of promise, but there are also risks, I think, that we must watch out for.
Kisaka noted that ISACA is collaborating with partners and educational institutions to build capacity in cybersecurity, data protection, and artificial intelligence. Danish Sada, Director of Autonomous Data at Safaricom, said the financial and healthcare sectors are more vulnerable as they handle large volumes of sensitive data. He emphasized that businesses need well-trained professionals to secure digital systems and maintain customer trust as digital transformation accelerates.
Today we have a deficit, and we're also facing the problem that many African professionals in this space are actually looking for greener pastures in the West, where there is more advanced markets and more opportunities for themselves, but that leaves us with a deficit of cybersecurity professionals in this part of the world.
Yes, there'll be a lot of systems to support compliance with keeping up the privacy, ensuring that the systems are secure, cannot be compromised, but we also expect to see a lot of growing attacks. Because now its information is in fairly one place, whether that is a banking system, a place of data, health records, there'll be a lot of attempts to attack it. And hence you need better skilled professionals to make sure it is guarded and we don't have any breach.
Right, then now a new law that will harmonize levies charged by counties to minimize cases of double taxation is soon set to come into force. Investment Cabinet Secretary Lee Kenyanjui says the county harmonization bill seeks to reduce distortion of the price of goods due to the varying levies in various counties.
Counties of Nairobi, Kiambu, Murang'a and Nyeri are the most attractive to investors. This is according to the 2024 County Competitiveness Report that says the 4 counties had predictable tax regimes, skilled workforce and a robust infrastructure. On the other hand, the counties of Wajir, Tana River and Garissa were the least favorable for the investors due to poor infrastructure and unpredictable taxation regime. To make counties more investor-friendly, the County Harmonization Bill will regulate levies in devolved units.
County Uniform Licenses Bill. It's currently at the Senate. We believe that by next month or November, coming from tomorrow, we should have it passed and assented so that counties can have a uniform licensing regime.
The new law is expected to reduce incidences of double taxation and enhance movement of goods across counties.
We should have it passed and assented so that counties can have a uniform licensing regime. And also to note that part of what we'll be measuring in this index is just how counties that may continue to impose tax upon tax, levy upon levy, eventually become uncompetitive. So I think as a governor, you also want to ensure that even as you think of raising revenues, you don't kick yourself out of reach by investors.
The devolved units are being advised to spend within their budgets to reduce cases of pending bills.
With the counties, we also have a conversation that's ongoing to clear whatever pending bills that are there. But more importantly is as we clear what is there, we don't create others so that we have a sustainable solution.
In the county competitiveness report, Nairobi collected 19.7 billion shillings in 2024, which was the highest owned revenue, while Tana River collected the least owned revenue, managing 97 million shillings during the same period. Benson Rioba reporting for Easy Friday.
Right now, the Partnership for African Social and Governance Research is rooting for evidence-based policy formulation to drive Africa's socio-economic development. Now, the think tank says Africa can unlock more development if the nexus between policymakers, researchers, and the academia is enhanced. Now, speaking during the launch of the Partnership for African Social and Governance Research 5-year strategic plan, the institution's executive director, Professor Fadel Ndiame, says that a strategic plan seeks to prioritize research in agriculture, energy, and the empowerment of the youth. Formed in 2011 and operating in 26 African countries, the particular partnership seeks to foster advanced research to empower leaders across the continent, make evidence-based policies for the betterment of the citizenry.
Once the evidence is available, we also need to be able to socialize it, to share it with the stakeholders. And one of our flagship programs is what we call the Utafiti Sera, from evidence to policy.
Actualize the findings that we have and to support in ensuring that the information, the data, the statistics that we have from the research actually influences policy.
We work in the social science governance policy space. How do we strengthen the nexus between evidence and policy so that policies that are made are derived from evidence, all right? So that they address real issues affecting people, affecting citizens.
All right, now Chinese President Xi Jinping says China and the United States should ensure the steady sailing forward of the giant ship of the China-U.S. relations. Speaking during a meeting with the U.S. President Donald Trump in Busan, the Republic of Korea, the president, that's the Chinese president, said in the face of winds, waves, and challenges, the two countries should stay the right course, navigate through the complex landscape, and ensure the steady sailing forward of their bilateral relations. Here are the details of this and other stories making headlines business-wise across the globe.
It was not the first time that President Xi has used the metaphor of recalibrating the direction of, quote-unquote, the giant ship of China-U.S. relations to highlight the core task facing current bilateral relations. In a phone conversation with President Trump in June, after a China-U.S. high-level meeting on economic and trade affairs in Geneva, President Xi stressed that it was, quote-unquote, particularly important for the two leaders to steer clear of various disturbances and disruptions. During their 100-minute meeting, the first since President Donald Trump was sworn in as U.S. president again earlier this year, took place amid mounting global economic challenges and protectionist trends, serving an important moment for the development of China-U.S. relations. Meanwhile, Germany's industrial orders fell for the fourth consecutive month in August, underscoring the persistent weakness in the manufacturing sector as sluggish foreign demand offset a sharp rebound in domestic orders. Incoming orders declined by 0.8% month-on-month, while domestic orders rose by 4.7%, following a steep drop in July. On the other hand, foreign demand continued to weaken, falling 4.1% in August. The overall decline was driven largely by a 6.4% slump in orders from the automotive industry.
Finally, Uganda, with thousands of citizens working in the Gulf region, is acting to rescue these migrant workers from the kafala law, a system often condemned as modern slavery. The kafala law is a labor sponsorship framework widely implemented in the Gulf region, under which a migrant worker's legal status is tied to a local employer who sponsors the worker's visa and residency permit. This control renders the worker unable to legally change employment, transfer sponsors, or depart the country without the employer's permission. Activists are warning that if recruitment agencies and employers are not held accountable, exploitation may simply take on new forms.
All right, and that marks the end of business news for the night. We are taking a quick breather. When we come back, Bernard Okumu has the latest in business. Keep watching. No, in sports, rather. Keep watching.
Differently. Sign language is cool, right?
We promote sign language, the usage of sign languages.
Sign language connects, empowers, and inspires people.
We have encountered learners who have experienced learning difficulties. While in most cases they are labeled due to stereotypes.
We have kids who are dyslexic. Okay, for those who don't know what the meaning of dyslexia is, they're the kids who can read or write.
When you see a child not doing what it is is expected of them, like in school, it is not that they are choosing to.
Differently.
And yes, indeed, it is time for the latest from the sports world. And the managing director of Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, Agnes Kaleche, has been appointed as a member of the National Football Investment Technical Committee, NFITC, by the Minister in charge of Sports, Salim Vuria. And now the committee has been established in response to President William Ruto's call to strengthen corporate participation in supporting the government's efforts to promote football in Kenya. The sports has said in a letter that the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation's vital role in media and broadcasting uniquely positions it to contribute significantly to the transformative agenda. The NFITC will, among others, prioritize football programs and activities eligible for corporate funding support, as well as develop fundraising for the same, develop sponsorship packages and negotiate for the same, while safeguarding commercial rights, lead marketing, brand activation and innovation initiatives, and reposition FKF leagues and intellectual property to increase marketability. And the Kenya Under-17 national soccer team, Junior Stars, has been pulled in Group A in the upcoming Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations CECAFA qualifiers following the official draw held today in Kampala, Uganda. Now the Junior Stars will face hosts Ethiopia, Somalia, South Sudan and Rwanda in a tough and competitive Group A. Defending champions Uganda will fight for a place in the semi-finals of the tournament against Tanzania, Djibouti, Sudan and Burundi in Pool B. The top two teams from each group will advance to the semi-finals, with the two finalists earning slots at the 2026 Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. Now, the regional qualifiers scheduled to take place from 15th November to 2nd December will be played at the Abebe Bikila Stadium and Dire Dawa Stadium in Ethiopia.
Goalkeeper ameshatoka. Baise! Ni goli zuri sana, ni hat-trick. Ngine tena hiyo. Wajira! Goli la 4 4G.
Elsewhere, City Park Hockey Stadium may soon get a facelift if the efforts by Kenya Hockey Union to source for partners becomes successful. The playing surface is unplayable as the AstroTurf, which was laid 20 years ago, is worn out and the facility no longer hosts league matches. Now, speaking on Friday, the Kenya Hockey Union president, Nashon Randiek, said clubs were finding it unsustainable and expensive to hire private venues for their league matches and called on the government to help them refurbish the 38-year-old facility. The federation estimates that the refurbishment and renovation of the facility, which includes a laying of a new AstroTurf and rehabilitation of changing rooms, will cost 150 million shillings.
In the process of looking for a partner. But as we speak, our major partner is the government. The government, the ministry, that's our major partner. And even our proposal is already with them. The ground used to be, the turf needs to be replaced. You can't do anything. You have to rip it off. You have to start by repairing the base. And then once the base is good to go, then you just replace the turf.
My company is Elgon Kenya. We're willing to, of course, invest a little bit, but this is a big exercise. It's a huge exercise, as the president mentioned, maybe 150 million shillings. It's a big investment. So it requires a big, strong partner. And again, our appeal is to have maybe, development agencies or embassies or something like that who will be willing to invest in a national asset like this. I think that would be a good partner. Along with, we can find private companies to also chip in as well.
And across the borders now, where Sassuolo secured a narrow 2-1 victory over Cagliari in a tough Serie A match played last night at the Unipol Domus in Cagliari City in Italy. Armand Loriente scored a classic free kick just outside the 10-yard box in the 54th minute before Andrea Pinamonti doubled for Sassuolo in the 65th minute. Cagliari managed a tap-in from Sebastiano Esposito in the 73rd minute to seal their victory in another clash. Pisa and Lazio settled for a goalless draw at the Stadio Romeo in Pisa. Meanwhile, Juventus has appointed former Italy head coach Luciano Spalletti as their manager until the end of the season. Now, the 6-year-old replaces Igor Tudor, who was sacked after Juventus' defeat by Lazio last Sunday.
To the back. Yeah. Isaacson tried to catch out Shempa. Isaacson back with Basic off the post. Ledis, Moreo, palmed away by Providence.
And on that Serie A note, that's how we wind up from the sports desk. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Bernardo Kumo, but John Kago will be back to put a cap on this Easy Friday. Have a lovely weekend ahead.
Furahisha, unaweza shangaa na tabasamu ya usoni, tunahakikisha
lugha tuseme za kwetu, tusiofie kejeli, talanta yasonga mbele, maendeleo yang'aa.
Serikali imefanikiwa ama imefua dafu kudhibiti visa vya ajali nchini?
Serikali imefanikiwa kuweka kamera za kidijitali ambazo zinaweza kupima kama gari inawenda kwa mwendo wa kasi.
Kwanza unajua kwamba mashinani hakuna hizo kamera za usalama unazosema.
Tunge sentensi kwa kuzingatia kiwakilishi cha idadi.
Wawili wamefariki.
Wawili wamefariki, upige makofi binti huyu.
Maudhui ni jumla ya mawazo katika kazi ya fasihi.
Tushinde.com. Cheza safe, cheza smart. Gambling is addictive. Not for persons under the age of 18 years.
Dosi amelala. Sukuma moja. Wewe pia ndio muoga. Ndio maana Master Demi ilikupita. Demi haiko nipita bwana. Mimi najaza entry ticket zangu. Wewe hata unajua namba ya kusenda.
Sini star 419 has.
Option 3. Ni Probox. Bwana finya hiyo kitu.
Mfinye.
Finya hiyo kitu.
Mfinye.
Finya hiyo kitu.
Mfinye.
Finya bwana.
Option 3. Fresh design na ni light commercial vehicle. Cargo space ni kubwa na kama haitoshi iko foldable back seat for more space. Kamera ni mbili mbele na kamera ni mbili nyuma. Injini yako ni 1500cc. Nguvu na picking guarantee. Hii itakusaa. Whether ni familia, biashara, camping, ita come through.
Fungua kit. Fungua kit. Fungua kit. Fungua kit.
Wewe, saa ni saa ngapi unafungua hiyo gate?
Ni watchman alikuwa anatoka na gari yake. Watchman? Ametoa gari wapi? Ya wasi amesinda kwa star 419 hash.
Iko Probox kwa star 419 hash. Option 3. Cheza safe, cheza smart. Gambling is addictive, not for persons under the age of 18 years.
All right, and on that note, that spotted note by Bernard Okomo, we've come to the end of Easy Friday, bringing you an update of the news that's been shaping up. On behalf of the whole team that's been working tirelessly around the clock to ensure that we brief you on the latest, our sign language interpreter has been Caroline Njoroge. My name is John Kago. Good night, so long. Coming up next is a disco funk with none other DJ Cole Jerks. I see you, DJ Cole Jerks. It's time to absolutely time to shake a leg on that Friday feeling, right? Absolutely. All right, enjoy the rest of your week.
Ng'ombe ashavunjika mguu, na ilivyo kawaida ng'ombe akivunjikia mguu malishoni, sharti arudi zizini apate matibabu.
Sasa aliyekuambia mwambie azungumze ni nani? Yuwajua nini? Tulia kidogo.
Kwa nini hukuniletea?
Hukuniuliza?
Kazi yako ni nini hapa?
Nita, please. Lakini wajua sipenda nakukutendea wewe.
Hayo ni maisha yake. Maisha yangu yamebarikiwa na furaha.
Yule msichana mbona ukamleta ndani yenu? Tafadhali be move to usiniumize.
Unaona shida ile umetuletea?
There you go. That's for you.
What?
All I get is a what?
Wewe ni mnoma, wewe ni fire.
Kwa hivyo Jabali hawezi.
Asante sana. Asante. Nimeshukuru.
Trust.
It seems so far your plan is working.
What plan?
Those drugs in those boxes are not licensed.
How risky is it?
What is she grilling you about?
Ni nani?
Wacha nikuje. Jemedari wants to come here. We discuss his medical report. Daktari, nipe tu dakika moja tu. Nitie mke wangu.
Hear the drums echoing tonight. She hears only whispers of some quiet conversation. She's coming in 12:30 flight. The moonlit wings reflect the stars that guide me towards salvation. I stopped an old man along the way, hoping to find some old forgotten words